Welcome to Buffalo Mafia Sports Talk. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. All right, y'all. So today, I'm going to get into the sport card industry and basically what you need to do if you're new to the hobby. So just a little background about me. I started collecting in the late 80s, all the way up to, I would say, the mid 90s. And of course, I would just, back then, I don't believe there was any grading, not that I was aware of. So I would just go up to the store and, buy packs. Upper Deck, Top Stadium Club was, the shit I remember back then. Fleer, Pro Set, Tops. Anything that was available. And remember, I didn't have a lot of money back then, so it would be like $5 was a lot of money. And back then, cards weren't too much. They were like a couple bucks a pack, depending on, of course, the pack you're getting. I remember Upper Deck was, when they first came out, was super expensive for like basketball. Top Stadium Club was like $2.50 a pack. So it was a lot of money. And I just remember, the main thing to look for was the corners. Other than that, I never really looked at the centering because back then, like I said, all I knew was, okay, the corners look good, the card is in great shape. And who knows, right? The card's could have been terrible. Surface, centering. I just looked at the corners and thought that was great. And of course, I had my Beckett price guide, and I'd be like, oh, this card's worth, this card's in excellent shape. It's worth $40, Beckett says. I got a $40 card here. Who knows? It could have been worth $10 because it could, on degrading today. So, moving forward, I stopped getting into cards because of the junk wax era. And all these Beckett grading books I would buy, none of my cards were going up, right? My main card I had in my collection was a Barry Sanders 1989 score. And it was at $40 forever. Never went up. And I was like, yo, it's been years, right? The card's staying flat. What's going on here? And I just got tired of it, and it was just overpopulated in cards. So I stopped collecting. So about 3 years ago, a buddy of mine, I got to give him a shout out, Mr. Ali. He said, man, you should get back into card collecting. They have a lot of cool cards. Or just even the old cards. It'd be pretty cool. They're probably cheap. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, why not, right? They're probably cheap. And at that time, going online on eBay, they were kind of cheap. Now, I was seeing, when I was online, a lot of cards that were graded. And I'm like, oh, cool. They're in cases. They're saying they're legit and they're graded up to 10 or 9 or 8. Wow. So I just started buying cards, here and there, like whatever. Well, of course, I was new to the game again. So I didn't know about grading companies and which grading company you want to buy one from and which one you want to stay away from. So I'm going to tell you guys, now if you are collecting, I'm going to give you some tips. One, you want to buy graded cards, you want to stick with the main three, okay? And that's PSA, that's Beckett, which is also known as BGS. So PSA, BGS, and SGC. Those are the three main cards, main grading companies that you want to stick with when buying a card online. There's also BCCG, which is Beckett. It's just a cheaper grading service that Beckett offers. It's still, that would be my furthest option to choose from, but it's okay to get that card if it's a good price and you feel like you just really want it. It's at a reasonable price. Or you feel like it's a card that could be graded again at possibly, let's say if it's a BCCG 10, it's probably a 9 or an 8.5 because how BCCG works, Beckett, is if they say it's a 9, let's say, more than likely that card's going to be a grade lower, okay, or a grade and a half lower. Very, very rare is it going to be the same grade or higher. It's not going to happen. So just a heads up on that. Now, these are my mistakes when I first got back in the game. These are some of the cards. I just want to show you what I'm talking about. So, for instance, a Derek Jeter rookie card, right? I have no idea what this company is. Could not tell you. It's probably just some dude at home with the case saying, yeah, this is legit. It's a 9. USASportscards.com. No idea, but probably no good. A waste of money. So this is a waste of money. Card could be not. More likely it's real, but it's probably not a 9. Okay. Here's another one that is floating around everywhere on eBay, you guys. A company called GMA. Okay. This is another mistake, obviously. Ronald Acuna rookie card. The value on this compared to a Beckett, a BGS, or a PSA, they're saying this is a 10. If this was a 10 on a PSA, this would probably be like a $100 card. A 10 on a GMA, this is probably a $10 card. No joke, okay? They're just not, people don't trust this company. It's something you want to stay away from, okay? It's not worth your money, is what I'm trying to tell you. And here's my last one. It's a Josh Allen rookie card by a company called Mint. No idea. Now, once again, live and learn. Okay. And thank God those cards weren't a lot of money. All these cards I paid for, they were probably like $10, $15, $7. They were cheap. But thank God. Now, I'm telling you right now, they have these cards listed. People are paying 50, 60, 70 because they don't know any better. They think, oh my God, it's a Derek Jeter rookie. It's only $40. It's a 10 grade. No. So be very careful of grading services that aren't the companies I told you. PSA, BGS, which is Beckett, BCCG, and SGC. Those are the ones you want to stick with, okay? Also, I'm going to tell you guys this. If you're new to the game, buying boxes and at stores right now is impossible. Okay? You're going to overpay on a box, let's say at a card show or online. And more than likely, you're not going to get your money back in that box. It is fun to open a box and go through packs and hope that you get that Zion autograph or that Luka autograph or, a Zion rookie that's a refractor or, whatever you're searching for. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a lot less back in that box than what you paid for. Especially now that people are selling those boxes for like double, triple what they go for for retail. So, what I would suggest, if you really want the card, so let's say you want a Tua card, right? You're a big fan of Tua. You could just go buy the card. Just buy the card. If you don't want it graded, you just go ahead and get the card, because you're going to wind up paying a lot less for the card that you really wanted, that you're looking for. Just buy it outright rather than buying boxes and searching, you're going to lose, okay? Now, I'm not saying don't buy boxes here and there for fun, because it is fun, okay? I'll tell you that right now. I love coming home with a box and unpacking wrappers. That's if I'm paying retail. And I still try not to go overboard, because at the end of the day, I know more than likely there's probably nothing in that box that's going to, it's going to be a 1 of 1 or a, autograph Luka or something. It's just, the chances are slim. I think of it like a lottery ticket, okay? Or a lottery scratch off. So you buy, a $20 lottery scratch off, you're probably going to get $5 back if you're lucky. You know what I mean? So do it for fun as far as boxes go, but I wouldn't recommend buying boxes or doing box breaks, especially box breaks, you guys. I don't see the fun of that, paying somebody to open a box for you, and you're overpaying. I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm just being honest here, guys. Stay away from that. Also, 2 things. Are you getting into this sport card hobby because you're a collector and you have a favorite team or a favorite player that you really want and you just want to have? Or are you doing it for investing? Or are you doing it for both? Me personally, I do it for both. I do it for, collecting because I have my certain players that it's a love. So I have my PC, and then I also am doing it for investing. I have cards that I don't care for the player, but I know they're going to make me money in the future. Okay, so you got to really be careful on that too, and you got to also be careful because it can get addicting. You could spend a lot of money on sport cards, and before you know it, you're going to be selling those to get your money back because you're broke. So just be very, very careful because it is addicting. Okay. So what you want to look for, and this is my motto when you're going on, let's say eBay, because that's where I do a lot of my shopping. You definitely want to try to do auctions. Those you're going to get a better deal on an auction than probably a buy it now. I mean, more likely. Okay, so auctions are the way to go. Always see what the sale prices are going for those cards in that grade. So let's say you're looking for. I'm going to give you an example here, guys. Okay. So let's say you're looking for a 1986 Joe Dumars rookie card, Fleer, grade, this one's a grade 8, okay? Nice card, grade 8, very, very good, very, centering's not that off. So what you want to do is you want to look to see what this card's been selling for. And you probably want to date that back for the last, let's say, 10 sales and average it out, okay? So obviously on auction, you want to stay where you think that card's been selling for. You don't want to go over, right? If it's going too high, wait for the next auction, okay? Now, of course, the card could be going up just because it's going up for something, maybe they did a documentary, whatever, and that's just the way it goes. But generally, if the card sold yesterday for, let's say 150, 175 or whatever, and then the 2 days before that sold for 160, and the 2 days before that sold for 180, probably a 170 card, right? So you want to stick around where you're comfortable, okay? Don't go overboard because you really, really want that card. It'll be back in the mix again on auction, okay? The other thing is, are you a PSA fan? Are you Beckett fan? Me personally, I like BGS Beckett better grading because they give the subs. PSA does not give subs. Though PSA is like the king. Okay, everybody loves PSA, and PSA cards do run higher in value. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you really like Beckett cards, then get a Beckett graded card. If you really love PSA, then stick with PSA, but you're going to pay a little bit more for that. To me, honestly, I don't care. I prefer Beckett, but I'll get PSA card. Whatever is the best deal at that moment for me. SGC is my last option, and they're good, but I just don't like their cases. Their values they're not as high as, let's say, they're on their resale value as a Beckett would be or a PSA. Though they're good. They are good. They're a legit company. They've been around a while. They actually were doing grading they were known for grading older cards, like 1950s, 1940s, stuff like that. Now they started getting into more modern grading. So, you'll see them out there and they're okay. Also, you guys, if you notice when you're going on these auctions or even a buy it now, whatever, all these cards, okay, have a number, an ID number, serial number. So this is PSA. You can actually go on PSA's site or their app. They have an app, and look that number up. You could see that the card's legit. The name's there. They all have them. Beckett has it. PSA, SGC. So you can make sure that the card's legit. You could also see the pop count, meaning how many of these, Ben Wallace, for instance, rookie cards at that grade, how many has PSA registered? How many is there out there? What makes the card a little bit more valuable too is called a pop count. That's the population. So if the population is small, you probably want to get on that card because there's not many out there, that means, right? Now, if the population of, let's say, this Drew Brees rookie card that I got is 15,000 at a grade 9, the card's not as valuable as, let's say, another one of his rookies if the population is 500 at a PSA 9. You understand? But you're going to wind up paying more. So, that's how the grading works. Now, like I said, the difference between PSA and Beckett, which I'll show you now, is, so this is a PSA 9 rookie card, Drew Brees. Okay. This is a Beckett BGS Dwayne Wade rookie card, 9.5. If you notice, they have subs there. They'll tell you why they graded it that way. The corners are this, the edges are this, the surface is this. This is why it came out to a 9.5. If there is an autograph, okay, if there's an autograph, let me show you what Beckett does on an autograph if I have one. Okay, here's a Chauncey Billups autograph card. Okay, it's graded a 9 with the subs. If you see right here on the far right, there's an autograph grade. It's a 10. When you're getting autograph grades, I highly suggest you try to stick with 10 on the autograph, at least. Okay, now, as far as grading goes, I'm going to give you guys a little tip, how I do it. I do it by the year, pretty much, okay? If it's a 2000 card and up, I want a 9 and up, no matter what. I'm not messing around. I don't want anything lower than 9. I don't care, okay? Now, of course, there's maybe a few options, maybe a few exceptions. A LeBron James rookie card, that's an 8.5. Okay, yeah, you probably can pull that trigger. You'll wind up making money because that card's going to go up. But try to stick with 9s and up. 9, 9.5, 10. Now, if it's a 90s card, same thing to me. You want to stick with 99 and up grade. If it's an 80s card, to me, you could stick with 8 and up. Grade 8 and up, depending on the card. Like I got a Ricky Henderson rookie card. It's a grade 8. I paid $100 for that rookie card like 2.5 years ago. I think it's like up to like $600. So they will go up depending on the player. So now, if it's a 70s card, same thing. Grade 7 and up. Okay. Now where it gets tricky is in the 40s, 50s, 60s, the late vintage cards. You can get a grade 2.5 on a Mickey Mantle. It's going to be worth money, depending on the card. You can get a grade 4, on a 60s card, depending on the card. It's going to be worth a lot of money because those cards are harder to grade. So those grades are considered actually pretty good. So that's how grading works, you guys, and this is my advice to you. So if I can give you any last advice on this video, would be have fun. Don't overspend. Stay within your budget. Have a plan. Is this going to be? Are you collecting just for personal fun because you're players, or are you doing an investment? If you're doing an investment, or you're doing investing in both, really look into the card. Make sure you like the value. Make sure like this is going to be like a Kobe Bryant. His card's going to continue to go up. So that's a great card to invest in. There's a lot, but I'm giving you one example. So if you're going to pay a lot of money, make sure you pay for a lot of money for a card that is going to hold value. Also, one more thing. Getting into new players is very dangerous.